So Dead by Daylight's developer update hits this Thursday, of course, letting us know what's going to be coming different from the PTB to the actual update coming this Tuesday. And let's take a look and see what has been changed going forward. Now, I do apologize. I am eating a cough drop while I do this. I got a little bit of a cold from my son, so that way you know why I sound a little weird. And here we go, the developer update. As the next patch approaches, we always have news to share. The blog post will cover the gameplay changes happening between the public test build and the release of 8.2.0. First of all, we're going to talk about some Dark Lord changes. Increased movement speed while charging Hellfire to 2 milliseconds was 1.48. Definitely necessary. Decreased Hellfire charge time to 0.9 seconds was 1, definitely necessary, and adjusted various add-ons to change to go along with the fact that this base kit was fixed. Developer note: Hellfire attack proved to be useful in the PTB. We fine-tuned the charge time and movement speed to improve the way it feels. This includes adjusting deceleration and re-acceleration after canceling the attack to be smoother and not so sudden. Increased movement speed of wolf form to 4.6 seconds was 4.4. Haste from scent orbs will be increased your speed by 4.8 milliseconds. Reduced cooldown of pounce to 20 seconds was 25. Colliding with a wall or obstacle during your first pounce will no longer end your power. Developer note: the wolf form looked to need a bit of attention. Oh, it was awful. For the release, we increased the wolf's base movement speed, the same as the vampire. We've also reduced the pounce attack's cooldown. While the pounce attack may be meant to be more difficult to use in tight spaces, we found it a bit too restrictive. To make it easier to position the second pounce, hitting a collision during the first pounce will no longer end your power. These are absolutely necessary changes to Dark Lord. Now, Nemesis. Let's see what they did with him. We increased mutation rate 3 tentacle strike range to 6.5 meters was 6, and decreased successful tentacle strike cooldown to 2.25 seconds was 2.5. So they gave him more changes? The adjustment of PTB definitely helped the Nemesis get up and running at the start of the trial, but many felt he could use a little bit more. We have added more additional tweaks to his tentacle strike to make it even more deadly while being used. Wow, I did not see that coming. Knight. Each guard has a separate cooldown. Assassin 30 seconds, Jailer 25, Carnifex 20. New. Summoning a guard will cause an active guard to despawn. Hitting a patrol guard with basic attack will reduce cooldown to 10 seconds. Dev note: spawning a different guard while another was deployed was unintended mechanic of the previous PTB, but it turned out to be a lovely in many ways. We found in having guards with separate cooldowns encouraged switching between the guard that was right for the situation. Meanwhile, a shared cooldown encouraged using the strongest single guard. We have brought back separate cooldowns as now intended feature and tuned them according to their strength and utility. This will give a knight a boost in power, encourage swapping between the guards. There was also a slight adjustment to Human Greed and Exultation. First change: reduce the cooldown 60, 45, 30 was 80, 70, and 60 on Human Greed. On the PTB, the cooldown for closing chests was quite long, so we've reduced it significantly. I mean, that makes a lot of sense. They basically halved it. Exultation minor update: following change will be implemented in a minor patch in the upcoming weeks. Remove the cooldown which prevented upgraded items from being kept at the end of the trial. Many people wanted to keep the items they had risked their lives to upgrade, so while removing this condition in the latter update, enjoy the spoils of your hard work. So an Exultation, which was a Trevor perk, you would basically activate this, and every time it activated, by going into these chests, you could upgrade your item's rarity as well as partially recharge it about 25%. Now, when you escaped, you couldn't keep that item. It would just return back to what it was. Now, when you escape, you're going to keep the spoils of war, although this is not coming on 8.2.0. This will probably be the first patch update, is my guess. And these are the changes we're going to see from the PTB all the way to the actual launch of 8.2.0. A lot of stuff that went untouched. I felt like Dracula did need a little bit of fine tuning. I like the Exultation reward that if you use this perk, you get to keep your item even if it isn't hitting this Tuesday. I think the Human Greed cooldown was definitely atrocious. I like what they did with Hellfire. All in all, I like what they did here. I was surprised that, one, they kept the Nemesis changes and then added more to them. I have never seen this actually happen where they're changing a killer and they're like, we didn't fine tune him enough. They didn't mention Dredge at all. They did not mention Doctor at all. So those are going to stay exactly the same. They didn't change any of the survivor perks. So all those avoidance, chase, and bomb perks are all going to be what they were on the PTB. And they didn't obviously touch anything to do with the hook time. So we are going to get that additional 10 seconds on hook stage 1 and 2. Let me know what you think in the comments below. As always, thank you for watching, and later, mates.